Just a quick message. This clip you're about to watch on my Stop Retiring Wrong channel are my words and books and educational events, but they're filtered through AI. But I am real, and my clients and their issues are very real, and my research is not AI. And I want to be very transparent with you as you take advantage of this only psychotherapist curated tool available that intersects fulfillment and finances and reframes the second half of your life into something that truly our parents and our grandparents never could even have imagined. So congratulations.
You have time, money, and freedom, but still no purpose. What's missing? Before we begin this discussion on identity, I have an important disclosure. I'm a licensed therapist. Any stories, examples, or scenarios shared are generalized or composite representations designed to protect privacy and confidentiality and are not intended to depict any specific client or individual. This content is intended for educational and informational purposes only and explores common psychological and life challenges associated with retirement and major life transitions. As a mental health professional, I adhere to all ethical and legal standards regarding confidentiality. This content is not intended as individualized mental health, legal, or financial advice. Let's discuss something more significant than money, prestige, or fashion. Let's discuss purpose. Many men are unfulfilled, distracted, or stuck in life. It's not a lack of skill, but rather a lack of focus. Furthermore, you don't suddenly discover your purpose. Discipline, clarity, and consistent action are the building blocks. For this reason, in today's video, we'll outline 10 simple methods for discovering your purpose. You can do these useful actions right now. Therefore, this one is for you if you want to give your life direction and get it back on track. You're welcome if you're new here. Jeff, you have an original style. We talk about a variety of men's lifestyle subjects on this channel, including dating, grooming, and style. I encourage you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and come along if any of those subjects pique your interest. The dopamine bankruptcy. Let's go deeper into your brain for a second. This is where the trap begins. Your brain has been a heat-seeking rocket for the past few decades. The hunt was your whole purpose. Every transaction you completed, every accomplishment you made, and every payout you received was a huge dopamine rush. You were a warrior in a never-ending battle. It saturated your body with the neurochemistry of becoming. Now though, the conflict has ended. Now that you've arrived, you're standing on a quiet battlefield with no more adversaries to contend with. Is this interesting to you? Your brain is literally going through withdrawal. You aren't bored, you are dopamine bankrupt. Without the struggle, your brain doesn't know how to function. You've eliminated the constraints of life, but you've accidentally destroyed the meaning of life in the process. When the hunt ends, the hunter begins to rot from the inside out. This is the high achiever's curse. We are only truly happy when we are climbing. The view from the top is beautiful for 10 minutes, then it's just cold. The freedom fallacy. Just like a muscle that withers without weight, your soul decays without resistance. We are told from birth that freedom is the ultimate prize. Freedom from work, freedom from stress, freedom from responsibility. But here is the deeply explained reality. Total freedom is a psychological void. Humans are biological machines designed for friction. Think about physics without gravity. Your bones turn to glass. If you put a man in a room with no resistance, he doesn't become free. He becomes weak. Your spirit is exactly the same. You spent your life chasing freedom from bills, freedom from bosses, and freedom from an alarm clock. But you never prepared for freedom too. Without a direction, total freedom is just a fancy word for aimless drifting. You are a ship with a full tank of fuel in the middle of the ocean with no destination. Eventually, you'll just sink. The hedonic treadmill. Is it shocking to you how quickly the 5-star lifestyle becomes a cardboard box? Let's talk about the luxury trap. This is what psychologists call the hedonic treadmill. Your pleasure sensors are fried. Remember the first time you stayed in a luxury hotel? You felt like royalty. The first time you bought a high-end car, you felt like you had made it. But look at your life now. The 10th vacation, it's just another flight. The expensive watch, it's just a piece of metal. You've been trying to fill a purpose gap with consumption. But luxury is a comfort, and comfort is the enemy of fulfillment. Financial freedom buys you pleasure, but only purposeful action buys you peace. If your only mission today is deciding where to eat lunch, you've already lost the battle for your soul. The identity death. Take away the title. Take away the bank account. Now, who are you? This is the point where it gets painful. Most high achievers are human doings, not human beings. Your entire identity, your ego, your self-worth, your place in the world was built on being the provider, the CEO, or the successful one. Now that you don't need to provide, you feel invisible. You feel like a ghost in your own home. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize the man staring back because that man doesn't have a mission. This isn't just a midlife crisis, it's an identity crisis. You spent 50 years building a resume, but 0 years building an inner life. That hollow feeling, that's your identity screaming for a new reason to exist. You've outgrown your old self, but you're too afraid to build a version of you that doesn't need a paycheck to feel valuable. The missing why, you have the what, but you are starving for a why. Purpose is rarely found inside your own head. It isn't found on a yoga mat or a beach in Bali. It is found in service. Let me ask you a hard question. If you disappeared tomorrow, whose life would actually get worse? If the answer is no one outside my family, that is exactly why you feel empty. You don't need more me time. You need a new burden. Not a burden of debt or stress, but a burden of contribution. You need to find a problem that is bigger than your own comfort. Whether it's mentoring the next generation, building a legacy that outlasts your name, or solving a crisis in your community, you need a reason to be exhausted at the end of the day. Fulfillment isn't the absence of work, it's the presence of work that matters. The eudaimonia shift. Let's look at what Aristotle knew 2,000 years ago that you've forgotten. The Greeks had 2 words for happiness: hedonic, eudaimonia. Money buys you hedonia. It buys you the fine wine, the soft bed, and the fast car. But it cannot buy you eudaimonia. That only comes from fulfilling your potential. When you have time and money, you stop growing because you don't have to grow anymore. You stop learning because you don't have to learn. And the moment you stop growing, you start dying. To bridge the gap, you have to transition from a life of success, what you get, to a life of significance, what you give. How to find your second mountain. So, how do we fix this? How do you wake up with fire in your veins again? You have to find your second mountain. Seek voluntary suffering. You need to get back in the gym, start a brutal physical discipline, or take on a project where you are a nobody. You need to feel the frustration of being a beginner again. Radical connection, the rugged individualist path, is a lonely road to nowhere. You need a tribe. You need to be around people who don't care about your bank account, but care about your character. The legacy audit. Look at your skills. Look at your resources. Now, look at the world. Where is the gap? Where can your 50 years of experience solve a problem for someone who is currently where you were 30 years ago? If this video felt like a mirror, if it hit a nerve you've been trying to ignore, then you aren't alone. Most people at the top are suffering in silence, thinking they are the only ones who feel empty, but the silence ends here. If you found even 1 minute of this deeply explained data useful, do me a favor, hit the like button. Not for the algorithm, but so I know this message is reaching the people who actually need to hear it. And if you know someone, a friend, a former colleague, or a partner who has made it but looks like they've lost their spark, share this video with them. Sometimes, all it takes to break out of the golden cage is a single conversation that starts with, "I felt this way too." You've got the money. You've got the time. Now, let's go get your purpose back. As a mental health professional, I adhere to all ethical and legal standards regarding confidentiality. This content is not intended as individualized mental health, legal, or financial advice. I'll see you in the next one.